Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Tuesday the 3rd. I think it's the 3rd. Why do I never look at the date before I do this video? Yeah. Tuesday the 3rd of September. Well, if you can give me a like or a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Let's not hang about. Let's get straight to the video. And let's talk about a quick talk about Sunday. Well, we was out with the football. We needed one more goal, and how Chelsea didn't get one more goal, I do not know. Loads and loads of typical Chelsea, and then you could end up seeing them losing. Obviously, a very strong squad. They were at times they were all over them. Don't get wrong. Crystal Palace had the chances, but Chelsea should have scored more than what they did. If they had scored one more, or any of them two teams would have scored one more, would have had a profitable day. You would have had a profitable day if you'd only backed the horses. So they weren't fantastic prices, but all three came placed. What was it? One winner, two winners? I think first one, in my opinion, should have won. The second one was my least of the fancies, and that won. And then the last one, it ran a bit flat, to be fair. I thought that was one of the more fancied ones, and it was back from 9 to 4 to 11 to 8. So I think they thought that as well. So let me get into Tuesday selections. So keep it nice and small. I've had a 5p each way lucky 15 taking the prices, and a 5p each way leaving the prices, so SP, and I've also had a £1 each way accumulator. I think I've left the prices with the accumulator. So the first selection is Watching Stars at 7 to 2 in the 145 at Goodwood. Trained by Charlie Appleby. This started at 9 to 4 favourite at Newmarket. His horses don't do that just for the sake of it. It must have been showing a bit of something. It ran okay, nothing more than that. I think the ground was too quick for it. I looked at the breeding, and the dam ran sometime occasionally in France over a mile and 2 furlongs, and appreciated good or soft ground. Well, I think this was good to firm when it made its debut. I think you'll see a different performance because at Goodwood tomorrow, I think it's currently good, but it says watered and scattered showers. In my opinion, I think it could go pretty slow, pretty quick. I could have had a quick look, but I didn't. But it wasn't long ago, was it? Was it in the last week? There was a meeting at Goodwood, not the Stewards' Cup, but not too long ago, where the ground was it soft, heavy in places? Well, it's now quickened pretty quick to good ground, and that's having to be watered. So I think you could see, with some rain on top of it, you might... Oh, I've got low battery already, so I must be waffling. I think you might see the ground turn pretty quick, and I think this horse could benefit, especially if it's in the first two during the race, in the race tactics. So I think it's got a decent chance. John Gosman's might be pretty hard to beat because it is progressing nicely, but we'll see. The second favourite's Unraced by Ralph Beckett. That price could drift. It could be any price. If it's fancied, it could get shorter. If it's not fancied, it could be out with washing. Second selection is a horse I tipped a bit back. Ancient Times at 13 to 2 in the 220 at Goodwood, paying 3 places instead of 2. They pulled it out when I tipped it last time. Not quite sure why. I think it should be fine on the ground. It's dropped massively. It ran okay off of 78, I think it was. It's off 71 tomorrow, and I think apart from its last run, it's been running well. And it's one of these races where it's paying 3 places instead of 2. And I think there's 7 runners. So if take one out, we've got a 50-50 chance, and I think 13 to 2, decent price. Well, low battery again. Right. So the next selection is Jakarta at 8 to 1 in the 330 at Goodwood, paying 3 places instead of 2. I'm not going to talk too much about this one. Top owner, I think, first time blinkers. It should kick up the backside. It's 6 furlong. It probably wants a bit further than that, but I think if it gets an easy lead, which it probably won't, or if it's up there, I think it could be hard to kick out the 3. 8 to 1, I think, is a fair price. And Indian Creek at 13 to 2 in the 5 past 4 at Goodwood, paying 4 places instead of 3. There's another horse that's dropped quite a bit in the handicap. It saves some of it, the majority of its best runs for tracks like Goodwood. It likes a bit of cut, although it does act on quicker, but it does like a bit of cut. Jack Shannon, I do rate him massively. I think he's a really decent trainer. David, I think it's David Probert on board. It ran, I believe, in this race last year. On the 27th of August, well, Many a Star, who was also in this race, won this race, if this is the same race, this time last year. I've not looked at the form of that race, I just saw that Many a Star won the race. I'm going for the fact that Indian Creek will like this slower ground. It's actually, it ran off 92 in that race last year, and it's off 78. It's £14 lower, and I think it was beaten about 3 lengths. I might be wrong, but about 3 lengths. So, yeah, so 4 horses that I like the look of. What do I fancy the most? I'd probably go for Watching Stars. Has probably got the obvious chance, although 7-2, not exactly an each way chance, but if it wins, it's a nice start. Ancient Times, if it books up from its last run, it's got every chance. Jakarta, fingers crossed. That's about it with that one. And Indian Creek, I think it's due to run well at Goodwood tomorrow. It's probably been aimed at this race again because it ran in it last year. So if you can give me a like or a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Let's try and get up to 50 likes. It's something that I don't do during the week, so I really appreciate it. The very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.